Hello everybody, my name is Shiokami and welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I've sat down and done a video like this. This video is strictly for educational purposes. I will also black out the names of the victims that were involved for their own personal safety and well-being. However, this video is for them. The goal of this video is to hopefully help the minors that have been groomed into believing zoosexuality understand that they are not zoophiles or zoosexuals. I will not be talking about Sappho as an individual, because I'm sure we're all well aware of that by now. However, an elevator story is required to explain the context of this video. And I will also apologize if I sound a little different today. I have had a slight cough and my throat is very dry, so I'm sorry. Hypnotist Sappho is a zoophile that has been using her influence to target young, minor furries within the community and grooming them into zoophilia or believing that they are zoosexuals. She targets children between the ages of 13 and 16, pretending to be their friend and grooming them into zoophilia. Children within this age group are an easy target for any predator because this is the time young teens and tweens are the most vulnerable, and I will explain why that is. Between this time in a child's life is when they start hitting puberty. Their bodies and minds start changing in ways they are unfamiliar with. They start high school, which is a sea of hormones, and they want to know where they fit in, and if there's anyone else that feels like they do. All of a sudden, they don't know if they're straight, if they're bisexual, if they're demi, if they're non-binary, if they're trans, and everything else in between, which makes this a very chaotic and confusing time in every teen's life. And this is why Sappho is targeting these kids, because it is the easiest time for her to start planting seeds. There is also this screenshot, but it's cropped, so I don't know the context or if it's even real. It reads, "Yeah, I've groomed a minor once. I don't even care. I groomed them when I was still attracted to humans. I don't really care at all. I'm sorry to tell anyone who's been groomed or coerced into zoophilia by Sappho or her friends that they are not here to help you. They don't care about you as an individual. They care about using you for their own personal agenda, which is getting more people to come out as zoophiles, which further completes their end goal, normalizing zoophilia. Because using impressionable kids makes it easier for them. Sappho has even used a young girl's death to further push her agenda, claiming that a young girl by Julia committed suicide because she was being bullied for being a zoosexual, and that's why Sappho is trying to create a safe space for zoophiles. Sappho has been known to lie compulsively, so I can't confirm if this claim is true. It could be another lie to catch everyone's goat and make them feel bad. However, even if this wasn't a lie, it's still really messed up to use someone's suicide to fit your own agenda and blast it on social media. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, I'd like to say that suicide is serious, and if you've ever experienced suicidal thoughts, there are people that can help you. And if there's any of Sappho's victims listening or watching this right now, there are kind, generous people in this community that are here to help you get away from Sappho and her friends and give you the proper guidance and resources within the fandom. So allow me to start you off on the right foot. I can say for 110% that you are not a zoophile, zoosexual, zooromantic, or otherwise, but that you are most likely a Therian. A Therian is someone who identifies as a non-human Earthian animal either spiritually or psychologically. Therian and Therianism comes from otherkin, which is a subculture of people who identify as not entirely human. Some otherkin believe their identity derives from reincarnation, trans species, dysphoria of the soul, ancestry, or possibly a metaphor. Therianism is not furry. They are in fact two different things. However, furries can also be Therians. there are plenty of furries within the community that are Therian. Once upon a time, I made a video about how I found the furry fandom, and that I had also discovered furries around that same time, so I got confused and thought Therianism was the same as furry. If you weren't here for that, yes, I was also once a Therian in my youth. I know this must all sound really confusing, especially if you've never heard of Therians until now, but Therians know they're humans. They don't actually think they're part cat, as much as it's just an energy or a feeling. It is also important to note that Therianism is not zoophilia, and has no relation to zoosexuals because Therianism isn't a sexuality. Neither is zoophilia, but I digress. There was a point in time that people had gotten these two things confused for one and the same, when a furry content creator, who will also not be named because they are still a minor, had mentioned they were also Therian, and when asked to explain, people thought they were describing zoophilia, and this led that creator to being attacked and harassed online. I have no reason to doubt that Sappho used this opportunity to take Therian vocabulary and use it to spread zoophilia beliefs. Cause if she's willing to use someone's suicide to gain a win, then I wouldn't put it past her to do smaller tasks. Now, with all of that said, I'd like to apologize to all of the victims Sappho has manipulated and groomed over this time. I know it seems confusing right now, but zoophiles are not good people. There is a reason furries don't like being associated with them, and I am sorry that you had to find out this way. A person doesn't have to physically hurt you for them to harm you. What Sappho and her friends are trying to do is harmful, especially to you because you are still a minor. I'm sorry you were led down the wrong path by a deceitful person such as the likes of Sappho and her friends. But there are people in this community that can help you. We know you're just kids, and we know you make mistakes. We are not mad at you. We just want you to be safe. So please reach out, and I hope this video was helpful. Thank you.